Guys, it's Holly. Welcome back to my channel. So I just wanted to share with you guys this pie that did not come out exactly the way I intended, but it came out even better. And I want to show you guys how I made it and what I put in it. So excuse my mess on my counter, but I don't have a ton of space and I have a lot of stuff. So this ultimately came out as a custard pie, and you can kind of see the filling here. So yes, it's partially eaten because I've already had 2 slices, and no, I don't cut my pie perfectly straight. So yeah, nobody's perfect. But anyways, so I'm gonna show you guys what I put in it and just kind of talk a little bit about it. It's really easy and simple, and I did not even really measure my ingredients. So I'm just not the measuring type. I don't really have time for all that, so I just kind of throw everything together. But for this custard pie, I honestly intended it to be kind of like a chess pie, and it does taste like a chess pie on top and have the consistency of a chess pie, but the inside of it is custard pie. So, anyway, so I guess you would call it like a custard pie, but honestly, it's so good, and I know it's totally guilt-free, at least for the most part for me. So, I typically eat a little bit lower carb, semi paleo diet, but I don't cut all carbs. I don't do keto per se. I just incorporate a lot of low carb items. So, this recipe is much lower carb than a normal pie, and it's also much lower sugar. In fact, it's actually almost no sugar. There's only one ingredient that has a little bit of sugar in it that I'm going to show you. But this pie, for the crust, I did not make it homemade. I never do. But the crust I used, I forget what the brand was called, but it was a pretty expensive all natural pie crust made with nothing but real butter, salt, and wheat flour. So the crust is not keto, but that's all it has in it, unlike many of the other store-bought pie crusts. So very simple, natural pie crust, nice and buttery. And then for the filling, I just mixed everything together in a bowl. I mixed 3 whole eggs, large eggs. You can do up to 5, I think, but I just started with 3. And I added in some half and half. You can also use like what do you call it, like the full cream or whatever. But yeah, I just used half and half, and honestly, I probably did like, I don't know, a couple tablespoons worth of that. Um, and then I did a little dash of pure vanilla extract. Yes, you want to get pure. You do not want fake vanilla extract because it is not healthy for you. It is artificial and can give you headaches, etc. Pumpkin pie spice, which contains, I just did like a couple dashes of this. And if I can get the camera to focus, you can see the ingredients, but camera's not wanting to focus. So anyways, as far as what's in the pumpkin pie spice is ground cinnamon, ground ginger, nutmeg, and ground cloves. So, anyways, a little bit of that was totally optional. But, anyways, so then I added in a little bit of whole milk, just organic milk. So I did like, I would say maybe around half a cup of the milk. And then I added in allulose for my sweetener. So this is it does not have the consistency of sugar, so it's not going to come out, with completely the desired effect, I guess, of, like a traditional pie. But honestly, this came out really well. So this is just the allulose, which is also really good for blood sugar, people that have blood sugar issues. So, because there's no sugar in it. You can also use stevia, though. I just ran out of stevia. You can use monk fruit as well. So then I added in some tapioca flour. Oh, and as for the allulose, I probably did about 3/4, no, maybe half a cup of allulose, yeah. For the tapioca flour, I added in approximately, probably maybe like a tablespoon of it, not much. I also had some pecan flour, but I'm glad I didn't use it because I think that would not have turned out quite as well. And then I used some of this keto and paleo cornbread mix. I also have cornmeal, which you can use that. This is just lower carb. And I added in about a tablespoon and a half of the cornbread mix just to kind of get that right consistency that I was looking for. So, anyways, the last thing that I added in was the cocoa whip. So this is the So Delicious brand, and I've used this a lot in the past. This is made with organic coconut oil. It's vegan, gluten-free, no high fructose corn syrup, no hydrogenated oils, non-GMO, project verified. So the stuff is good. The only issue is that it does have a little bit of sugar in it. So I can't look at this through the camera, but let me read it to you. So it's very, very low fat, but it does have 1% carbohydrate, which is super low. It's only 4 grams, but yeah, it does have some organic cane sugar in it, but it is a very small percentage. So this pie is virtually sugar-free. The sugar content in this pie is very extremely minimal, but I added in probably about 3/4 of a cup of this cocoa whip stuff. So this would be the equivalent of like a Cool Whip, or whatever you want to call it. And then I mixed it in. I whisked all of this together. So then that was my filling, all the ingredients, and then I poured it in the pie crust, stuck it on a baking sheet, and I just baked it for 40 minutes. 40 minutes exactly, and it was perfect. Golden brown on top. The consistency was absolutely amazing. But anyways, I just thought I would share that recipe with you guys because it is a healthier version of a pie, and honestly, baking at home is always a good idea. Not only does it give you something to do and something meaningful, but it also you also know what you're consuming, and that is really important. So again, allulose, half and half. Milk, which I don't have out here, or the eggs because I don't have room on my counter. So Delicious cocoa whip, virtually almost sugar-free. Pumpkin pie spice, pure vanilla extract, tapioca flour, and the brand on this cornbread mix is Miss Jones. So anyways, guys, so yeah, here we have a pie that is pretty much non-GMO, all natural, and nothing artificial in it. So I hope that you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you in the next live. Bye.